What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, y'all. I was just here getting some Girl Scout cookies, but this is my flat tummy tea, so I'm still slimy. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Hope my tongue ain't black. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is a new show that I wanted to review. I wanted to watch it first before I reviewed it, but I said let me go ahead and review it. Let's see how this one episode do, because I don't know, I don't stick to shit. But this is Family or Fiance. I keep wanting to say finance for some reason. That would actually make sense to me. But, Family or Fiance, alright? So, if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell below so you can be updated when I post the videos. And do not forget to follow me on social media. Alright, y'all. So, I made some notes, and they're kind of all over the place. So, we're gonna try to sum this all up in one little thing. I need some water. Okay. So, basically, the premise of the show is a couple who are engaged. They are going to be in a house for 3 days under one roof with both sides of their family, because some people in the family don't feel like they need to get married and some people probably do. So they have to basically try to convince the family that they are meant to be together. Trying to sway their minds. Now, some people may leave as engaged couples, and some people may not. So, this is the first episode. We have Chris and Ashaki. Alright, Chris looks familiar to me. Where do I know? I know this boy's face. I don't know young people, but he looks like somebody I've seen before. I don't know where, but I've seen them before. So, a little backstory on the couple. Very, very attractive couple. Both have locks, beautiful adorned dreads. I love it to a death. They look cute. Okay, so Chris and Ashaki have been together for 1 year and 7 months. They said they met at work. They had mutual friends. They used to hang out all the time, but they weren't together because she heard that he was a man-ho. So she never really gave him the time of day, but then they started kind of hanging out on their own, and then they fell in love. So now they're engaged. The problem is Ashaki's family does not feel like she is ready to get married, because Ashaki is only, how old is she? Ashaki's 22 and Chris is 29. So she is a little young to get married at 22, but I've known people that have got married young. My sister, for instance, got married at, I think, 21 or 22, and it's been, 12 years later, and they're still happily married. So, it can work out for some people. It probably don't. But I think it just depends on the mindset. Alright, so, they go to the house that they're going to be staying in, and they're met by the relationship therapist. But basically, they sit down with her to talk about their relationship. Ashaki said that her mom is not for it. She feels like she's too young. And he said that, he can't get married to Ashaki if her mom is not on board. So basically, it's really trying to convince her mama, that they should get married. We see the families coming. So we see it's his mother, his cousin, and his sister. And in another vehicle is her best friend, her aunt, and her mama. Her mama is very pretty. I think her mom is beautiful. And her aunt as well. Beautiful people. But, so they're, the families are coming, and we see who's for and who's against. Okay, so for Ashaki's side, nobody is for this wedding. Nobody thinks that she should get married. She needs to finish schooling. She needs to, just learn how to be an adult. She's only 22. She has more of her life to live. Do not get married and weigh your ass down. So on his side, his sister and his cousin think that he's making a mistake. She's too young. She's not mature enough. They're not ready. They've not been together long. But his mom thinks that she and him are ready to get married, because this is the only girl that her raggedy ass son has come to her and basically said she is the one. She makes me a better man. So she believes that this woman brings the best out of her boy. Most mamas do. Chris has 3 children. Okay? Chris is a daddy of 3. 3 young kids. The youngest is 4 months. 4 years old or 4 months. One of them. He has an 11-year-old, a something-year-old, and a 4-month or a 4-year-old. Something like that. But Her family thinks that she is just entirely too young to be a stepmother. 3 kids, 1 patience, 3, that's kind of pushing it. That's a little too much for a 22-year-old to handle. Okay, so they basically call a family meeting. Everybody's there. And this is the opportunity where the family has the ability to ask questions or to make comments, whatever they have to make. So Ashaki's mother said that she is too young to begin married. She's in school. She has her responsibilities, in getting married and taking on somebody else's responsibilities is not going to work. Apparently, when it comes to her goals and her dreams, she has been slacking off because of this man. So they feel like she needs to just wait a while, grow up a little bit, finish what she wants to do, and then if they are still together, they can pursue happily ever after. His sister said the same thing, and his cousin Omar basically said that, you still out here. You still out here doing what you're doing. I don't know why you want to get married. So, by Omar saying this, it basically washes and puts doubt within everybody that Chris is out there still cheating on her. Now, Ashaki kind of looked at him like, what the fuck? So when I saw her do that, it kind of let me know that they've had issues with infidelity in their relationship before. So I saw that this was going to be the catalyst of this whole episode here. Is Chris cheating or not? Alright, so Ashaki is sitting with the ladies only. And they're basically asking her questions about what would she do in certain instances. Because her task was to sit with the women and they ask her questions, and then his task was a 20 questions situation with the whole family. So with her, they're asking her situations like, if you have a test to take and the kids need to be picked up from school, he's not able to do it, which would you do? Pick up the kids or take your test, then pick up the kids, or vice versa. She said that she would take her test first, then pick up the kids. They're at school, they're going to be fine. That's not how it works, okay? You have to pick up your kids on time. If you don't pick up your kids on time, the school is then triggered and alerted that something may be going on, and then it's going to be a bigger problem, okay, with the Department of Child Protective Services and all that stuff. I'm assuming. I don't have any kids. I don't know. But her, her aunt and her mom was like, you can't do that. You have to pick up the kids. The priority first should be the children. You are going to be a stepmother of 3. You have to be able to, to be there if he's not there. So Ashaki said, well, I just want to finish school. Well, yeah, but then you have to learn how to juggle kids as well. So his mom said, okay, what's the instance if the kid's mom wants child support and you're his wife, and now he has 2 incomes, and they start taking some of your money? Ashaki said, they're not going to take my money. His mama said they are going to take your money, because when she asked for child support, you 2 are married. That means you're joined. So your income is his income and vice versa. So she's going to get a lot more money because you 2 are married. Ashaki didn't know this. Now this is the problem not the problem, but this is the thing when people are getting married. They don't sit down and think about marriage. They sit and think about the wedding. They plan out the wedding, but they don't sit and think about, okay, after we spend $50,000 on this wedding, what kind of marriage we gonna have? Now, I've never been the person that I wanted a big wedding. I don't even know if I want a wedding, to be honest, because I don't feel like it's necessary for me to spend $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $100,000 on one day, a couple hours, to please people that I don't really give a fuck about, so they can see me walk down the aisle to marry the nigga I've been living with for 5 years. I don't feel like that is necessary for me. I'm more focused on the marriage. I'm focused on, properties that we're going to own, and yada, 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 and how you rear kids, how you feel kids should be reared, and, what you feel about education for children. I think about stuff like that. I don't think about the wedding, and I think that's what gets a lot of people messed up, is because they're focusing on this big elaborate day, and then after the wedding, they're like, damn, I don't even know you. I don't even know what you like to eat. I don't even know, if you want to have kids or not, because y'all didn't sit down and have extensive conversation on what do you expect in a marriage. This is why a lot of people get divorced. Alright, so they sit down as a big family to eat, and they're going to start the 20 questions thing. And basically all the questions were about if Chris is faithful. Now, we did find out that there was a situation that occurred within their relationship where Ashaki found some lashes in Chris's apartment. Chris got defensive, obviously quickly got defensive. And he walked away, went and got a drink, came back. Ashaki was mad that he had to get a drink to deal with her. Basically what happened was Ashaki went over to his apartment at 6 o'clock in the morning, banging on the door to open up the door. When she got there, he did not want to let her in. He told her to leave. They went to the Waffle House. They came back to the house, and then she found some lashes in the trash. He said the lashes belonged to his sister, and he don't know. They discussed this. He don't know why they're going through this again. But they belong to his sister. His sister came over from the club drunk, and those were probably her lashes. He just got upset because he felt like people were coming down on him, especially Ashaki's mom. He started kind of raising up on the mom. Ashaki was like, why the fuck are you talking to my mom like that? Why are you disrespecting my mom? And I understand what she's saying, but at the same time, you also can't get upset by the manner at which he is talking to her, because she is raising her voice at him, not talking to him, but talking at him, and because he's in the defensive, he is going to talk back to her. So I understand why. I mean, I don't, the lashes thing kind of suspect to me, but this is not her mother's fight. It's not. And I understand Ashaki's 22, but at the same time, Ashaki is taking dick from this 29-year-old man. This is the man she's engaged with. Ashaki needs to deal with this. Her mama has nothing to do with this. And I felt like her mom was kind of out of line to basically talk at him in regards to her daughter. That's her daughter's job, not hers. So the sister said it was probably her lashes, and I feel like she was saying it to kind of cover up for her brother, because to me, she seemed like, were they my lashes? I don't even know if they were my lashes. But I think she kind of said it to kind of cover up for her brother, because she saw that he was in an awkward position. But Ashaki was now pissed off at everybody, because they are the reason that this whole faithful, what's going on in y'all relationship thing came up. But at the same time, Ashaki, y'all have these issues. Getting married is not going to solve his being faithful or not. Obviously, there were issues in this past relationship that y'all had that caused you to be concerned. So getting married is not going to stop those issues, obviously, because even if somebody brings up faithfulness, you automatically got into a angry stance, and now you're pissed off for the rest of the night. So we see Ashaki and Chris arguing the entire night. The whole night. Cussing the whole night. Ashaki's messy mama and Omar decided to go outside to talk. Now, I know she was trying to pick his mouth. Basically, that's what she was doing, to get more information about what Chris has been up to. So Omar ain't got, I feel like Omar says a lot of these things to be messy. Not that it's not true, but I think Omar is saying this because Omar is kind of like, he don't want to lose his road dog. Because he said, you know what me and you do, and you know how we do and all that. I think Omar really does not want to lose his road dog to marriage. And he is trying to find a way to break them up so he can have his homeboy again. But Omar told the mama that, Ashaki is just a number to him. Just a number to Chris. And he don't think that he knows that Chris is not being faithful. He's had girls at the house, and they've exchanged girls and slept with the same girls and all that stuff. So I'm like, you are only doing this to be messy, because she's gonna go back and tell her daughter. Alright, so it's day 2, and Ashaki and Chris are not speaking to each other. She has an attitude, and he is like, don't want to really speak because he don't want to upset her more. But even if he spoke, she wouldn't even pay him no mind. So they sat down with a therapist, and basically Chris said that, he is frustrated because he's frustrated because it seems like the whole conversation is about him. Is he faithful? And he's just tired of talking about it. So he said that, you know, the therapist said that he needs to speak his truth, whatever that may be. So she wants them to have like a day together. They either can do bowling or they can do massages at the house. So they got all the family together, and basically Chris told his side of the story. He said that he was at his sister's house and there were some lashes and he thought they were, but he got home and I guess they were on him because of the glue, and he thought it was a bug, but he threw it in the trash. And then him and Ashaki had not talked the day before, so she came over banging on his door at 6 o'clock in the morning, upset. And he was now upset because she's coming over disturbing his peace. And he wanted to go to Waffle House. So they went to Waffle House, came back to the house, and she saw the lashes in the trash or something like that. So Ashaki's now in tears because Ashaki just does not feel... He's like minimizing the situation. So Ashaki and Chris are outside talking, and they're basically talking over like what they're going to do with each other. Are they going to stay together and work things out and everything like that? And as they're sitting there talking, her mama is listening. She is sitting somewhere. They didn't even know she there. And this lady is listening. I'm like, girl, you have to let this girl be an adult. And I understand that you want to protect her, but let the girl do what she wants to do. Okay? You can tell her whatever, but she's still going to do what she wants to do. So they have a final family meeting, basically to get everybody's consent or blessings on their union. And the best friend, he said that he does not give consent. The aunt said she does not. Her mama said no. His mother said yes. Omar surprisingly gave his blessing. I don't know why all of a sudden he had a change. And his sister decided not to give her blessing. So Chris said, you know, regardless of how you feel, you know, we're going through with this. And, you know, we're staying together and we're doing this. And then Ashaki stopped him and said that, you know, in light of everything that's going on, she realized that she's really not that ready to jump into a marriage with him, and you know, she just needs a little time to, I guess, get to that point where she is ready. So all in all, Ashaki called off the engagement with Chris. Now Chris seemed, oh, okay, all right, okay, girl. I don't know if he was in shock, but he just seemed like, okay, all right, cool. So that was the end of that, and the update was Chris decided to actually come clean with Ashaki and tell her that he did cheat on her, and Ashaki dumped him. So Omar was not lying, and Chris is a piece of shit. So I am glad that Ashaki found out when she did, but I still feel like the family should not go as hard to make a point as to don't marry him, blah blah blah, because that will only make the person want him more. Don't do that. Everybody learns from their mistakes. If this is a mistake she makes, this is a mistake she makes, she hopefully learns from it. But you can't navigate an adult's life. So you can tell them your opinion, but that's about all you can do. So the episode was pretty good. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode if you did watch it. Seemed very interesting. I just never understood why it was like that imperative to get your family's blessing. I don't really know, because you're not marrying the family, you're marrying the person. But let's see what next week's episode brings. Hopefully it is spicier. But yeah, let me know what you thought about Family or Fiance, and let me know if you want me to continue to review it. So I don't know, child. It seemed pretty interesting. Alright, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.